Hello again, folks. Welcome back to What's Cooking in Bert's Kitchen. Today we're going to use some leftovers that we had in the fridge. I had some leftover chicken and just a couple of things laying around the house. And, what am I going to make for dinner with these few items? Well, today we're going to make a chicken and corn chowder. I think you're really going to be happy with this soup, especially my friends up north. The cold weather will be coming soon. First thing you need to do, get a nice stock pot, this size. Get her on there and start heating her up a little bit. And then take a couple of slices of bacon and cut them into about 1-inch strips and get them in there. Yeah, that's the sound we're looking for. Now the important part is get a good spoon, keep them moving around. You don't want it to burn. What we're doing here is we're rendering down our bacon. And then we're going to use that fat rather than a non-flavored vegetable oil or something of that nature to saute our vegetables. So now, while that's cooking, we need to deal with the vegetables. Really simple today. We've got one potato. We're going to dice that into nice, fine, small pieces. Cut it in half lengthwise. And then we cut it into nice, thin, maybe 1/4-inch slices. And then we chop it down. These are nice square dices. Okay, next we got a nice bell pepper. I like the color red. We are making a corn chowder. If you saw the chili video, you know that you need to get rid of this white pith and these seeds. We're going to dice half of this, only half of it. Corn is the star, corn and chicken are the star. But again, we want to get them down into nice, fine, small dices. And all the time, don't let that bacon burn. Get it turned over, let those little bits cook down. And you're going to remove them to a plate with some paper towel on it in order to let the grease drain off. Cut these down nice, fine, as small as you can get them. Obviously, you don't want to turn this into powder, but you want them into a really fine dice because they're, as well as adding flavor, they're going to be very visible in your soup, and you don't want large chunks of them in there. Presentation is everything, after all. Same thing with the onion. Nice white onion, something good and pungent and oniony. I'm only dicing half of this. The other half can go away. Put it in a nice Ziploc bag. Stick it in the freezer or the fridge. Either way. Okay, this bacon looks done. Let's get it out of there and onto some paper towels. Now, first thing I'm going to do is put that grease right back on the heat. Get our potatoes and peppers in there. They'll take a little longer to cook down. Then our onion. And we'll just get them going. If your bacon is a lot of fat on it and it renders out a lot more grease than you wanted, dump some of it off. No problem. You only want about a tablespoon. Again, the onion, dice it nice and small. And always remember, keep your hands curled underneath. That way you avoid cutting off your fingers. Alright, so we got our pepper and tomato in there, or potato, excuse me, in there, soaking up some of that bacon flavor. Now we get that onion going in there. And we're going to let this sweat down. Now you want to keep your flame or your heat somewhat low. Because you want these to sweat out, you don't want them to brown and caramelize. That's going to go a good 5 minutes or so. About 2 minutes into this procedure, you're going to want to take some corn, whether it's canned corn that you drained off, frozen corn you happen to have around. If you want to cut it straight off the cob, please be my guest. There we have about 3 cups. Continue cooking for another couple of minutes. Get it all, good and cooked down in there and sweat it out. We also want to add a good bit of salt. And pepper at this point. Okay, this has been cooking about 5 minutes. Now, the next thing we're going to need is a blender. Plug that thing in. Take about half the product you got in here. Put her in the blender and puree. Okay, so now it's pureed. Only took a second. I just didn't want to put you through listening to that horrifying sound of the blender going around. Pour that right back in. Now we're going to turn this into a soup. We're going to add 3 cups of chicken stock. There we are. 2 cups of milk. Okay, if anybody talks to my wife tonight, remind her to send me out for milk. Now what we want to do is increase this heat just a little bit, maybe up to 5, halfway, just to bring it to a simmer. Now here I had some leftover chicken. So we got the skin off of there. Basically just get in there with your fingers. You're right here in the kitchen, the sink's over there. You can go and wash them when you're done. Dishwashing soap works just as fine as any ivory liquid or anything else you might have in the bathroom. Try and get as much chicken meat as you can out of there, because once again it's a chicken corn chowder. Chicken, one of the stars of our show. Now if you want to, you can either save those chicken bones, put them in a Ziploc bag and stick them in the freezer or fridge. Take them out, boil them down with some celery, carrots, and onion, and a little salt and pepper. Boom, you've made chicken stock. Now, that bacon we had drying on the paper towels has now become nice and crisp, and all the grease is leached off. Once again, just crush this with a knife. You could crush it with your hands. whatever makes you happy. You want to grind it down into bacon bits. Add them into your soup. Give it a good stir. Let it simmer another 5 or 6 minutes. Okay, so there we have it. Nice, beautiful bowl of soup. Throw a little bit of parsley on top to garnish it and make it look pretty. Little fresh loaf of bread right there on the side. And boom, in 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes, you've got dinner. All from the leftovers you had just laying around. Please try this recipe. I guarantee it's something that everybody is going to be very happy about. Going to get them a good bit of their vegetables as well. Stop back next time and find out what's cooking in Bert's kitchen.